getting the setup. This is almost falling. How you guys are doing? We're back here for another live stream. I'm here to drop a ton of value for you guys. So as you guys are popping in, say what's up. If you're watching that replay, give me a hashtag replay as well. I'm just gonna, there we go, balance out the camera. So I got a couple live streams going right now. We got it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, probably YouTube as well. All of the really, really good stuff. So as you guys are popping in, say what's up. If you're watching that replay, give me a hashtag replay as well. And we're going to begin this live stream. Excuse me. In 3, 2, and 1. Welcome to another episode of the I Am Undeniable podcast. I am your host, Alex Sundar. And what I'm actually going to be talking about with you guys today is how to balance your schedule so you never miss a workout or a cardio session. This is going to be extremely valuable. So if you're someone that has an extremely busy schedule like me, you definitely want to tune into this episode because this is going to be an extremely valuable piece of information for you. And let me tell you, if there's anyone that is busy, it is 100% me. I got personally a lot to go on in my day-to-day life, and I don't miss my workouts. I don't miss my training sessions. And I think one of the biggest benefit when it comes down to any type of personal development, when it comes down to getting into your fitness, your workouts are such an extremely important part of the equation, and you really never want to miss them, right? So I'm going to give you guys a couple action steps that you can take on how to balance your schedule to make sure it's realistic for you, to make sure you can get in everything, and just kind of give you an idea of like my own schedule. Like, I'm extremely busy. I got a family at home, right? I run my own full-time business. I got another business that I'm in as well with PT Domination. Got the podcast, social media, book stuff, public speaking. There's just tons of stuff that is constantly going on. There's tons of stuff when it comes down to family events. Like this coming Saturday, I'm actually going up to Edmonton for a wedding as well. And it's just like, wow, how do you get your workouts in? Like, when do you have time? And I'm going to be talking about that right now. So in order to like balance your schedule, the first thing that you actually have to realize, it's not about adding more things into your schedule. It's about eliminating things that are holding you back from getting in your workouts. So what do I mean by that? Well, the whole goal when it comes down to getting in effective workouts for essentially your day, you want to make sure that you are eliminating things that are causing you stress, that are holding you back from really balancing your schedule, right? So what are some of these things? Well, you really got to think a little bit outside the box here when it comes down to balancing your schedule and making time to ensure that you get your workouts in. This could be done through cutting back on TV. This could be scrolling through social media, anything like that. So my first suggestion that you should be doing is you should be making a schedule with a general idea of exactly how you're spending time throughout the week, right? Because if you don't know exactly where you're putting your time, how are you supposed to free up time during your schedule in order to make stuff happen? So I think that's such an important tool. If you are a busy professional, you're a business owner, you're a parent, whatever it looks like for you, you need to have a schedule. Download Google Calendar. That's where I suggest everyone do their stuff and really kind of like outline things out to make sure like, okay, this is going to be my schedule and it's not overwhelming or too stressful. So that's the first thing. You want to take out stuff that you know that's not serving your schedule. And it's usually things that are extremely stressful that you know in your gut that you shouldn't be doing. So like for me, as an example for myself, I get up in the morning at 3:30 or 4 a.m. so I can be at the gym. My gym opens up at 5:30 in the morning. I wake up that early so I get my morning routine. I can eat. I can drink enough water, get super hydrated. And that works really, really well for my schedule. Now, the reason why I do that and actually not later throughout the day is because like usually my sleep suffers if I work out too late. A couple other reasons is I got a girl at home. We got kids here. I want to spend some intentional time with them and do other things. And usually by the afternoon or evening, I'm pretty mentally and physically burnt out from the day. So to get in a quality workout or to make sure that I can show up for myself that late at night, it's very difficult to do. So when you're balancing your schedule, you first off, you need to pick off like, okay, what's realistic for you to consistently hit? And two, when you're adding in this on top of your schedule, you want to eliminate stress factors. So one of the biggest stress factors for me was going to bed too late. So I had to go to bed earlier so I can wake up refreshed with right amount of sleep. Another thing that I cut out was watching TV. Watching TV is a huge, huge stressor on me, right? So my girl will watch TV at night, but I won't. I will focus on other things or prep myself to go to bed. A couple other things is like social events, right? Like I don't go to the bar. I don't go and spend super late night outs on the weekends. I really focus in and dial in because being in shape, losing body fat, feeling my best self is extremely important for me. And I think it's extremely important for the people in your life, and you owe it to yourself to essentially just be that best possible version of yourself that you can every single day. So that's the first thing that you need to do is you need to create a calendar, and then you need to eliminate outside stressors that are going to interfere with you from being your absolute best self every day, right? That's the first thing. And to know that when you are balancing your schedule, it's not going to be perfect at the very beginning. It might be a little bit stressful, kind of trying to figure out things, how they're going to manage, how they're going to work in your day-to-day life, but it will all be very put together. You just need to kind of experiment with it. So my suggestion with that is that when you make your schedule on a Sunday, look back on the week and see what worked well versus not what's working well. Right. And then make your adjustments from there. Cause like, it's not going to be perfect for the first week. You're meant to like make mistakes as you're trying to find the perfect routine that's really going to be feasible for your lifestyle. And that's very, very normal to do. So when you are balancing out your schedule, when you're making things work, make sure to keep that on top of mind. Make sure to like, eliminate stuff that makes sense. And don't think that it's eventually things that you're going to cut out permanently, but you can eventually add it in later as you kind of figure out the better balance that comes with your lifestyle. The next thing that I really suggest if you want to balance your schedule is actually getting your workout in the morning. I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in serving yourself first before you can serve anyone else. Because if you can't show up as your best self, if you can't pour into you first when it comes down to your health, your mind, all that good stuff, like how can you serve anyone else? Like how can you serve your family, show up to your job with your best self, be present in your relationship without focusing, being like, I got to go to the gym later and taking time away from them. Like it's our duty to show up for our family members, for our relationships, for our work, for the people in our life with full intentional energy. And I'm such a big believer in getting your workouts, getting your own personal development first thing in the morning done. And again, it's not meant to be perfect, but it gives you that time and aspect where you can pour into yourself so you can be your best version. So when you're creating this balance, when it comes down to your schedule, you need to prioritize you before anyone else, 100%. Because if you can't prioritize you, how can you pour into all these other people within your life? Like that's the whole point, right? Isn't that the whole point of being fit and healthy? Is so you can pour into other people on top of that. It's just a mindset shift that you really, really, really need. And it's a mindset shift that you really need to really freaking understand that it's not just about you. Like who you are, who you show up as every single day, it matters for the people around you, it matters for the people in your life. And I think it's a really good thing that if you're listening to this episode, really sit with what I'm saying here. The balance that you're trying to create is balance within you so you can serve everything else within your damn life. And if you can't do that, well, you know what? You're going to have a harder time than everyone else achieving your goals. I can tell you that. So do the action steps that I suggested in here. Let's balance your schedule so you never miss a damn workout. You never miss a cardio session. You can show up as your freaking best self every single day, and let's pour into you and let's change the world one piece at a time. Click that subscribe button. Hope you guys got a ton of value out of this episode, and we will see you tomorrow because we are doing a podcast episode on Saturday while I'm out of town for my nephew's wedding. Take care.